Alright guys, so here's the Raspberry Pi 4 that I ordered from PB Tech here in New Zealand, and let's just see. Now I have repacked all of this because when I got it I set up, I installed, but I tried my best to recreate everything that was there. So that's the casing for it, that's a cable which acts as an interface between the power cord and your box, and the main stuff is your module, which is here. That's your actual Raspberry Pi, which will be doing everything. Along with that, you have a charger, a power source, not a charger, a power source, such as this one. And you will also get a cord, a mini HDMI cord to connect all of this to to a screen for you to get started. So I'll put the boxes away. Setting up Raspberry Pi on its own physically is very simple. All you do is just open up the case. Here's your Raspberry Pi. Now your SD card goes in here, that little place, and that's the slot for it. So make sure you're putting the SD card in the right place. That's where your SD card will go. Once you put it in, it will, if it's fitted correctly, it will not move. So if it's not moving, that's a perfect fit. That's what you want. That's your Raspberry Pi configured. Now with the power cord, this option essentially works as a on-off button for the power supply. In general, it is very good to use this because the Raspberry Pi that I have, the way I have configured is that it's going to be running 24/7, and if there's a power failure, shuts down or whatever happens because of this circuit breaker, and I will show you in the next video with the Argon module, the casing, the aluminum casing, how does that work out. But yeah, once you connect this over here, this works as your power on, power off button, so you don't have to go to the wall each time to turn it on and turn it off. So this is a small video of connecting your Raspberry Pi. Now the Argon One Pi 4 casing will come in something like this. It will have a few other bells and whistles, such as some stick-on, some sticky tape here and there, cushions and whatnot. But once you have it, it will also come with an instruction manual like this one. Now this one will tell you exactly what are the components for your casing, how to connect what components, where to screw, where to attach the little glue stick-ons as cushion. Now I had mentioned earlier that having a casing speeds up your system. The main reason for that is that it comes with a built-in fan. As we know that once the fan cools the CPU, the central processing unit, it will always make your system and RAM work harder and faster for you. So this case is highly recommended. Setting up the case, fairly simple. Let's grab our Raspberry Pi. That's the Raspberry Pi. All you do, take out the plastic casing. Just remember, the plastic casing absorbs heat, attracts heat, and if you're using just the casing, I will recommend just use it for very basic home purposes. But if you are planning to install scripted or any other add-on for home setups, I will highly recommend at least a 4 GB RAM and one of these. So the performance definitely increases a lot by having one of these. Now this one is fairly simple. That's your power source, your mini HDMI, your input USB and LAN cord. So the headphone port and the mini HDMI just goes in here. It will align perfectly fine, so there's nothing to worry about. Just make sure when you're doing it, you're not applying too much force, because eventually these are soldered components. So you want to do it a little bit slowly and gently. So now that's done, number one. The second step is, now all of this came how it was. I have not changed anything. The only thing I have done is added these stickies over here when I had installed them first. So that's literally it that I've done to it. Fairly simple to install over here. All you're gonna do is put this case, put the CPU in here, make sure that everything fits all right, everything is looking good. Now it will come with some screws, so I have them right here. And I'll just grab my screwdriver. It's just a normal plus screwdriver. The bigger ones are the outer casing screws, so we just put the bigger ones here. The 4 smaller ones are right here. Fairly easy. Put the back case on, and just remember your SD card slot should match the SD card slot here. Very simple, very easy. Now another advantage of this case is you can, if you are that tech savvy, you can always add more jumpers to make it work differently. I honestly am just a normal home guy doing all of these things, so I don't know a lot about these. So yeah, if you want to know more, watch some super expert videos. So that's my box, which is ready.